Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2026. Um, it's a cool day in Virginia. Um, I, excuse me, I'm coming on here just to catch up and talk about the future of this channel this platform. So, as you can see, this is no longer AG Marie TV. I'm still going by AG Marie. I got something under my desk. I'm still going by AG Marie. But this platform is now called This Old Soul's Home. Um, I want it to be representative of the concept is not quite changing, but it's still based in like my vintage interest, nostalgia, and all that. But I want to set a tone for the channel and for myself that requires me to be more intentional and more present. With that said, um, I've already been posting less. I was about to say I'm going to be posting less, but I'm already going to be doing that. Well, I'm intentionally planning to do that, not because because I have a digital media platform called Kinderis Productions. It's where I celebrate and honor classic Black film actors, directors, producers, entertainers, and everything. So I want to pour back into that because that's kind of been a center for me for a long time and it's kind of gone off track a little bit. So I want to get back to that. But also, I overall, I want to move out of this space. Hold on, I'm very curious to know what these buttons are at the bottom of this thing. Okay, I guess they're nothing. I'm sitting here, I'm just like staring at these. Oh, I wonder if it's like is it the sound? It's the microphone. Like letting me know. It's like little dots, and I'm just like, what is this? So anyway, also just overall, I want to move or be in this space where I am intentional, I am ambitious, and I have my ideas and all that, but I still want to practice being present. And that is so difficult for me. I get all of these thoughts and ideas, plans for things. I want to do this, I want to do that. Even with this channel, I had so many ideas for this channel, but between work, trying to do Kinderis stuff and all that, and doing this all by myself, I'm just like, I can't. I want to be consistent, but I can't be. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't want to be. I don't. I'm accepting, and I'm not feeling guilty about the fact that not feeling guilty about like, nor not saying that, oh, I don't want to be consistent. I don't want to keep beating myself up for not being consistent, but then also don't want to force myself to have to do that. And I kind of, it's that hard balance of you want to be a content creator, but you also want to be a content creator on your own terms. So it's kind of hard. And it's like you want subscribers, you want people watching, you want to follow, and you want people to watch what you do, and you want a community, but you also don't want to feel, for me anyway, speaking, I don't like the chase of I have to post 1,000 things or have a post every day or every week and all that, because right now life is just not working out that way for me in order for me to do that. And it's no like dig at people who are able to do that, because there are people who are able to do that. I just am not able to. And if anything, I admire. There are a few content creators. I mean, a lot of content creators that I follow, but there are some who are so consistent, particularly in the vintage community, and who like have it all together, or seemingly have it all together in terms of posting content, creating content. Um, having the material and all of that to share with their community. And I admire that so much, but I'm just not in that place right now. But so with that said, all that yakety yak. Um, as I was saying, I want to practice being present more, and being present to me also means being calm and not being frantic about what needs to be done or what I haven't done. But I still want to find that balance of like, okay, you're not worried about, like, you don't want to stress over what you have and haven't done and didn't do, but you still want to be ambitious enough to complete things. And I'm just looking at this and just find all types of stuff I need to fix. Um, so yeah, so it's like while I want to be present, I want to be calm, and I want to be relaxed. I don't want to go through life freaking out and stressing out constantly. I still want to complete things, meet goals, and um yeah, just complete things and be live up to my potential, live up to who I am still called to be. So, yeah, with all that said, so I'm going to be refocusing to be more consistent with Candaris Productions. Whereas here, I want this to be the space for now. I want this to be the space where I can sit down and talk with y'all, and we can talk together. Y'all can tell me what's going on. We can share our love for vintage stuff, classic movies, music. What this platform is supposed to, what it was intended to be from the start. But I'm just gonna. I don't want to feel like I'm putting on a show, and for lack of a better term, putting on a production. Because when you put on a production, you got to pay. Producing means putting money into things, or putting resources into things. So even with this channel, it's just like, oh, I gotta have content, so I have to buy things, purchase things, or acquire things to talk about. And sometimes I can't do that. So, and not because of just like money, because I am frugal, but more because that's just not where I am. So, anyway, that's that. So, there's no telling when's the next time y'all are going to see me. It could be in a few weeks, it could be in a couple of months, who knows? But I'm not going to guilt myself into feeling bad. This sounds so terrible. It sounds like I'm like dismissive of this platform. I'm not. It's like I actually really I want to move into a space. Hopefully, if Candaris pops off and I become a millionaire, this can be the place where I'm like I can hire somebody to edit videos for me and all of that, and then I can. This platform can be what I always envisioned it to be. So with that said, I hope everybody had a good holidays if you celebrated Christmas or Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all the holidays, New Year's, of course. Um, I've had a pretty New Year's Eve was very what's the word? I was alone. I spent that day in solitude, but like, well, I went to work for the first half of the day, and then I came home, and I had a quiet evening. I cleaned up. I did my hoodoo, my my working, clean, clean as much as I could. Um, created the atmosphere that I wanted to go into 2026 with. Even though I need to take some of this Christmas stuff down. I'm not taking my tree down yet, but I am going to take down some of these extra Christmas decorations so I can, you know, get ready for 2026 for the rest of the year. Anyway, um, yeah, like I said, yeah, I went to work. I came here, and so let me just talk about what my plans are. And these things that I want to do. Hopefully, I can hop back on here to share these things with you, to share my thoughts and opinions, because again, that's what I want this platform to be, for me to have experiences and to share them with you all. And so we can like go back and forth and share our own experiences with each other. Um, yeah. So something I'm interested, so some goals that I have for this year for myself and for this platform, or that I want to share with the platform. I definitely want to be a little bit better with taking care of myself, um, eating better, and all of that. So who doesn't want to do that? That's always a New Year's resolution, to lose weight and exercise or gain weight, or go to the gym or eat better, blah 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 blah. So I have been actually doing pretty well. I've had a few minor health scares that I'm taking seriously. Um, I'm supposed to be cutting, not supposed to be, but it's been highly recommended that I cut back on sugar and bread, possibly dairy. I wasn't told dairy, but sugar and bread with the emphasis. And of course, by the time the holidays rolled around, I was not cutting back on sugar and bread, but I'm doing okay. But um, to kind of bring in that, to touch base with that nostalgic energy that this platform is about. I think for me, the key to getting healthy or maintaining health is to revisit what our ancestors did. Um, our ancestors walked a lot everywhere. At least mine anyway. My ancestors were my like the ones that I know, great grandparents, grandparents, um, aunts, uncles, parents, like, well, elders in that case. But they walked everywhere, and then the food was not filled with mess. So the thing about, so yeah, I want, of course, obviously, I would like to exercise more, walk a little bit more, but eat better and eat better food. But the thing is, as is the case, it is so hard to eat healthy. Well, not hard. It's expensive to eat healthy here, especially when we get paid what we get paid in this country. But I'm not going to go too deep into it. But I'm going to try my hardest. And again, I want to share the things that I find with y'all. I want to talk about farmers markets. I've been trying to go to farmers markets a little bit more. Of course, they're always open when I'm at work, but I come across a few, and I noticed the difference between getting organic or food from a farmer or a farmer's market versus from the store. Like, I noticed the difference in the taste and everything. So um, I'll be at some point, probably on like Instagram and all that, sharing um, my journey with that. Like, oh, this is the place that I went to. This is a time that I got this food and all that. I already have a list of like food that's in season in Virginia, so I can kind of shop according to that. This is starting to hurt my head a little bit. um, Reading. Oh my god. So let me backtrack. So if y'all don't know, I'm very spiritual, woo woo type of person. I'm into astrology and all of that. Um, so one of the things that I want to do this year is I really want to embrace that Venus feminine energy, that luxury and softness and calm, and that kind of comes with or goes along with like why I'm just like I am determined to make this a year in which I am like present and calm and not freaking out about things. This is really upsetting me. It's like this little piece that keeps sticking up. And of course, because I'm looking at the camera and the view is opposite or flipped, I can never. Okay, I'm just not gonna stare at it. I'm gonna try my hardest not to look at it. So yeah, so that whole wanting to embrace that Empress Venus motherly womanly energy is like part of the reason, or part of what inspired me. Like, this year, you are going to be calm. You are not going to be anxious all the time. You are going to be chill. So yeah, so moving forward. Another thing I want to get back with is reading. Um I do have two books that I want to share with you guys. that books that I actually need to finish that I've started but have not finished. So I mean, there are a few books, but I got two that I want to show you. So this 1940s fashion source book. So this is written by Charlotte Fiel. So yeah, it's a source book about obviously 1940s fashion. I don't necessarily have to read it from cover to cover, I don't think, but I want to. Um, I started, of course, obviously at the beginning. So it starts off with like some information about the 1940s, how World War II, pre World War II, during World War II, and post World War II, how it affected fashion all over the world, particularly in the West. And I got through a lot of the beginning, but then I just got distracted. So and then I wanted to kind of like because y'all know, if you don't know, I love 1940 style, especially um the whole decade, but I think that 1943 to 1946 period is probably my favorite in terms of like hair style, like dresses in particular, and more women wearing slacks and all that, um, or women wearing slacks more often. I really love the lines of that era, and it kind of goes along with my body shape. So a lot of the recommended styles for my body type are like were popular in the 1940s. So that it all just meshes well. And then here's another book that I want to finish. Y'all are gonna love my bookmark. Well, maybe I shouldn't promote the dragon, but this book is called When Harlem Was in Vogue. It's written by David Levering Lewis. So this is another book where like it's pretty good so far, but I just keep getting distracted. So I you can see I got through quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit, but more than what I did the first time I tried to read it. So I will be updating y'all on those, letting you know how they are. I'll probably share a link to my Storygraph account. It's like an alternative to Goodreads. I heard that it is Black owned or Black created, but I'll be sharing the link to that so y'all can just read what I think. I'm better with typing reviews and thoughts about things as opposed to like getting on video and talking about it. Want to watch more movies. I did a really good job with watching Christmas movies this year or last year. Last year, whew. Because it's usually, like I said, I get so distracted. I'm so tired from work that I don't want to do anything fun. Or low key might be a little depression, but but um this year I watched, and not even just classic Christmas. You know what? I didn't watch that many classic Christmas movies. I watched Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Rudolph. Y'all know Rudolph is my baby, so I gotta watch Rudolph movies. Um, but I watched The Man Who Came to Dinner for the first time, so it wasn't bad. It was good. It was a fun story. I know it's based on a play, possibly a book. I know it's based on a play at least, all right, or adapted from a play. But it was getting on my nerves. It was getting on my nerves. Like I have, uh, I'm very particular about the screwball comedy because it's a screwball comedy. If you didn't know, so I'm very particular, and I don't even know what my particulars are when it comes to those movies. But it's like there are certain ones where it's just like it gets on my nerves. Like I can't anymore. So like My Man Godfrey to me is like perfect. Like it's silly enough to not get on my nerves. And this movie, The Man Who Came to Dinner, was just like it was too much. It was too much for me. So it was well written, a fun story, but I was just like I can't with this man just doing the most for and yelling at people. Like I can't. It's too much for me. But I didn't get to. I need to check like the websites, like the streaming apps, like Tubi and all that, to see if any of the classics are left, like Meet Me in St. Louis. I did not know In the Good Old Summertime was a Christmas movie or a winter movie. Because why would you? Why would it be called that? So it kept popping up, and I was like, why is this popping up? And then and I haven't seen it. I love Judy Garland, so there are a few Judy Garland movies I haven't seen, and that's one of them. So I want to watch that anyway. And I was like, oh, I could have been watching this for Christmas. Um, Christmas in Connecticut. I didn't get to watch. Shop Around the Corner. I love that movie. I didn't get to watch it. So if they're still up, I'll try to go ahead and give those a little watch today or throughout the beginning of this month. Um, so yeah, I want to get back into watching classic movies in general, but more classic movies again. Like I said, I did pretty good in 2025, but I really want to like make it a habit of just like this is just something that I do. Like it's not, it doesn't take effort for me to do it. It's just like I like movies. I like classic movies, old Hollywood movies, so I'm going to be watching them. So um, another goal of mine. This is a wish list thing. Everybody is getting on the physical media train, going analog again, and blah 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 blah. I've been trying to get on that wave. Like with my mom, she still has all of our VHS tapes, and she still has all of our DVDs. I have my own little small collection that I took to college with me. So I want to buy myself another DVD player or VHS player and get back into collecting. I want to more so collect as opposed to like, oh, I'm buying these things to watch. Like, of course, I'm going to watch the movies that I buy, but it's going to be like a special occasion type of thing, like a doomsday if all the streaming apps just like go out of business for whatever reason. It's like, oh, well, I got these. So yeah. I showed y'all the books. Two very important goals or things that I want to share with you guys. I think I've shared it before. I am working on a novel. Been working on it for quite a bit. So a big goal of mine is to have at least the first draft finished. If not by the end of the year, honestly, I want it done by the summertime. The first draft, the summertime. Um, and I have this short screenplay outline that I wrote probably last year around this time or maybe last spring. I wrote it in a notebook and I lost the notebook and I was like freaking out. And I eventually was just like, oh well, it's gone. I remembered the like most of what the storyline was. So I was just gonna write it again. But of course, when I was moving, I found it. So I will be writing that screenplay. I want to have it done before spring. It's a short script. Um, I want to say it's probably going to be like 30 pages. So, yeah. So, and it's something that I do want to share with y'all in addition to post on um, or submit to screenwriting competitions as well. What else is going on? Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. Um, I told y'all that I was going to share. I purchased some magazines, some vintage magazines. One with Esther Williams on the cover, one with Aretha Franklin, and a third one. I can't remember who was on the cover of that. I want to say Jean Tierney, maybe. I said I was going to upload them somehow, maybe the Internet Archive, or just like post clippings on my social media. I'll figure it out, but I have not forgotten about that. So yeah, so 2026 for me, it's going to be about being ambitious but also being present, meeting goals but not worrying about goals, living life and enjoying life. Y'all, I'm trying to get a boyfriend this year as well. What I'm saying, I'll be honest with you. I'm trying to bring in romance and like whimsy and all that. Like I said, that Venus energy, that feminine, that soft, you know, everything is fine, everything is going to be okay, that type of energy. So um yeah, so that's going to be my 2026. I'm determined to make it happen. what are y'all's plans for 2026? What do you want? What's your resolutions, your goals? I know everybody's always like, I don't believe in resolutions. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? If you have resolutions, share them. If you have goals, share them. If you want. If you want. Vintage nostalgia family, retro family, like what are your goals? What is there something that you have your eye on, some item, something that you have your eye on that you want? I'll tell you what I have my eye on. Well, not my eye on. I have to actually look for it. I want to find two things actually. I would want to acquire a Tiffany lamp, an authentic vintage Tiffany lamp. Gotta sage it, but I want to acquire one, as well as like a serving tray. Always, you ever go on Tumblr? For those of y'all who still go on Tumblr or Instagram, even, and like you see those pictures, like those cottage core photos, but like the person who has a serving tray with the food and the tea and all this stuff. Like I want that, and not even just for the aesthetic or for the pictures, because well, yeah, for the aesthetic, but not even for like uploading and sharing and like for blogging and everything. Like I'm just like I want a serving tray. Like I want to get up on my days off, make myself some breakfast, put it on a tray, bring it to bed, and then eat in my bed. I actually don't want to do that. My couch. I'm sitting here. I'm just like, I actually hate eating in bed, so I don't want to do that. But yeah. What do y'all want? What do you want out of this year? Whether you're into the vintage thing, because I know I got a few friends and followers who aren't into vintage and all that, but y'all appreciate y'all support me, which I appreciate. But those of y'all who are into that, like what places do you want to visit? That's another thing. I want to visit. I want to go out more. I say that every year and I never do it, but I actually want to do that. I'm like, I'm so like socially deprived, but we're not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna get into my personal business like that. I've already said too much actually, but yeah. So thank y'all so much for stopping by and for checking this out. I will see y'all whenever. I'm gonna finish updating the social media pages. I think honestly, I might get rid of Facebook and Twitter and might just stick with Instagram. Maybe Tumblr as well. I'll see. I'll let y'all know. But in the meantime, y'all can follow me on Instagram. I believe I did change the page name to This Old Soul's Home. I will add the link in the description box, in addition to the link to what did I say, my Storygraph account. So thank y'all so much for tuning in and stopping by. Again, let me know what your 2026 goals are. Thank you for your contribution, Kenya. She loves jingling that collar. Um, yeah, y'all have a good one. Happy New Year and happy 2026.